fix my green screen. Okay. So, quickly, here's what we're going to do. Go over here. We are going to quickly review Forager. Talk about what I liked, if I recommend the game, everything in between there. I looked to see if there are any tier lists made on Tier Maker, but the only one was for every icon, like every skill based thing, and when you go to the shrine, how it has the two things. That didn't seem worth it. I didn't want to waste the time on that. So what we're gonna do is rate this game and review it. So I highly recommend Forager for anyone who would like a just chill game to play. Can I extend this? There we go. So, a Forager in review here. A little quick recap on what we did. It took us about, let's say, 45 to 50 hours to complete for all the achievements. It was very fun and relaxing up until the very end when it got boring and repetitive and just waiting. Just waiting for the game to complete doing something and taking a long time was annoying, but it really wasn't that big a deal. So, honestly, overall, the game was amazing. So let's say this. In the long haul, Forager is an amazing game. It is super relaxing, and the time I spent on it did not feel wasted for the most part. If I had been playing this game just for casual fun, I would have ended around, I would say about 20 hours in. Just prior to nuclear feats, let's say. With that said, I ended up thinking it was worth it to fully upgrade everything and get every achievement. This meant spending another, let's say, about 10 hours grinding for some pretty lame achievements. But having all of them is pretty sick. What else would I want to say? I fully recommend it to anyone that wants to pass some time and listen to some sick beats and the relaxing pop of constant materials. What else would I want to say here? I mean, that sums up mostly what I want to say, is that it was relaxing, it was enjoyable. I felt like it went on a little too long to get the achievements, but honestly, it was great. I think that Hot Frog, I'm assuming he spells it like that, should update the game more often, adding more content, but I understand why it hasn't been done. The game is pretty full of stuff to do. Honestly, that's fine by me. That is everything I'd want to say, I believe. Just a quick little look over here. And if you have not seen me rate games before, a 10 out of 10 means the game is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. I have no complaints. It is exactly what a game should be. I'm not reviewing it based on how it made me feel for the most part. There is a little bit of that. But is it a perfect game by any means? And a 0 would be it's not a game. It doesn't have anything to it. There's no story. There's no combat. There's no movement. There's no anything to make it a video game. So it's like you'll never have a 0 because a game will always have something, and you'll most likely never have a 10 because no game will ever be perfect. So to me, this game was able to. It had a nice soundtrack. It had good gameplay. It had good mechanics. It had some minor problems. I felt like they could have maybe done more with the story, but you don't really need to do a story with this game. So it's not amazing, but it is a good game that is solid, and to me that is a 7. To me, a 7 is a good score to get. And I most likely won't rate a game until I get every achievement. Most likely. So, at that point, I can say I have fully played it, achievement-wise. Because usually with the achievements, it's do everything. Granted, that's not always the case in every game. But in this, it's basically, I did everything. I did more than what I wanted. I played it to the full extent. And that is Forager for me. A 7 out of 10. Solid game. I liked it a lot. Public is fine. Let's post this review. There we go. 46 and a half hours to do it all. Which I think is pretty sick. So let's move back over here. Now we're going to move over to, let me change the title. A new